everybody, and welcome to part 10 now of my Formula 1 2011 career mode. Today the race is at Nurburgring in Germany, which historically is a fairly bad track for me, but it should be a fairly good race. I feel like the car is getting more and more competitive, seeing as we're doing a lot of R&D upgrades. It's now part 10 of the series, which means we're halfway through of the season, which is amazing. Like, that's the furthest I've ever been into a series ever. And so I'm really proud of that myself, and I'm really proud that everyone's watching it. It's really cool, and you're all leaving comments and leaving positive feedback. So I just want to say thank you for that. In the emails, there's nothing too interesting. There was an equal driver thing. I can't remember if that was this week or last week. But no team contracts or anything. And just to remind you, we're sitting 19th in the Drivers' Championship and 10th in the Constructors. Here we are in practice. Practice was fairly important because I really wanted to have a good race, and so I wanted to try a custom setup. But to clear away the R&D objective, which was just a simple time thing like always, I just decided to use a normal setup and just to get used to the handling model. It seems I only play it once a week when I record these videos, and so it seems like every time I need to get used to the handling model because I'm just not used to it, and I never get used to it for some reason. So here we are, you can see on my third practice lap, still getting used to it. I really hate this corner here, the one I just went through. It's absolutely horrible. As you can see, we're on the longest straight, and we're overtaking Mark Webber, but he just comes into our line, and that's half his front wing lobbed off. And so I feel quite bad for him, but it is kind of his fault for not seeing me in his move. So I was going to come in this lap to put on my new setup, which I found off the internet, which seems a bit dodgy, but it's just a setup off the internet. I don't really know how setups work in this game, so I just found the first one that I saw really. So this is my setup, so I'll quickly show you now. I've skipped head time just to let all the fast guys go out and see what lap times they produce. And also a quick announcement, over the Christmas period I won't be uploading any videos because I can't be bothered, and also Christmas Day is on a Monday, and so there won't be any videos up then. And so I'll try and upload videos when I can on the normal schedule, but we'll just have to see. So you saw the setup I was using there, same tyres as before. I just wanted to see, and the setup did get a little bit of used to over like one lap, but I did manage to get quite comfortable with the setup. But using the pad, you can't really feel the setup changes at all. Using the pad, you can't feel anything really. But so you can see me coming out now. We're on the fourth lap, so you can see I did quite a bit for a human player at least in practice. And coming across the line, we set a 1:34.371, which I didn't think was too bad, and we were ahead of the bottom of the pack basically. And I feel like I will always be 19th in practice sessions because it's not as fast as the midfield teams, but it's way faster than all of the bottom teams. And as you can see, Lewis Hamilton and McLaren did come first in practice, but that really doesn't matter at all. You know, if the Williams came first, I won't be surprised. So as you can see, I was more than a second behind Rubens Barrichello, and more than a second and a half in front of Nurburgring Kane.
See yourself in a position to be able to challenge for the world title? Are the team happy with the information you've been able to relay back to them during the practice sessions this season? Now, I was having a chat the other day to a well-known team boss, and he let slip that you're likely to be moving teams next season. Is there something you'd care to tell our viewers about this?
So in practice, Jensen Button came first with Kamai Kobayashi in the Sauber claiming second place on the front row of the grid. So he's doing excellent in qualifying at the minute. Felipe Massa, Sebastian Vettel, Nick Heidfeld, Lewis Hamilton, Mark Webber, Fernando Alonso, Petrov, and someone else there who I couldn't read in time. They all finished in the top 10, and we had a fairly good qualifying. We finished 15th. Here we are for the race. It's light rain, unfortunately. You didn't see the email. And as you saw in the previous video, go watch it if you haven't, our car really doesn't fare well on the intermediate tyres. It just feels sloppy and understeery, and it's really not pleasant to drive. And also there's loads of wheel spin, and just, no, please stop. So here we are away for the Nurburgring German Grand Prix, and we're almost up into 14th, but Barrichello seems to get a really good start. We break very early into turn 1. You know, people go 5 wide into turn 1, and it's just quite a dangerous place. Vitaly Petrov actually loses his front wing, so that's very unfortunate for him, and he'll be travelling towards the back of the grid now. And so we're already up into P11 with turn 1 chaos, and we're trying to chase down the other Lotus car, Nick Heidfeld, for 1 point. One fabulous point, you know. At this point in the career, 1 point seems like a drop of water to a community that's been in a drought for like 2 decades. But that's just not going to happen because we're on lap 3 now, and we've gone into the gravel trap coming onto a long straight. So we've lost 3 positions. However, hopefully we can do some late braking into the slow chicane. We overtake Sergio Perez in the Sauber and Nico Rosberg in the Mercedes car. I really don't like that slow chicane. I prefer it because for the GT cars they use a fast. That's the new word. I can't speak. They use a fast and flowing chicane. There we go. And this seems a lot nicer. I've driven it on R Factor 2 and R Factor, and it's just way better. But here we are now, getting overtaken by Nico Rosberg, but going into the same chicane, we just say no, and we quickly shut the door on him. And so coming on to lap 6 now, it's now due for our pit stop phase, and my engineer's just come over the radio and said it's going to stop raining right about now, and the track's going to dry up very soon. And so I was thinking to myself, maybe I could get away with dry tyres, and now, remember, it is still a very wet track, you know, it's only just stopped raining. And so, last minute decision in the pits, I decided to put the option tyres on, which is probably going to be a very risky decision, but I decided to do it anyway. Maybe I can, maybe the AI will be very late into the pits, very cautious, and I can gain a lot of time. So we're going into T1 now. I'm feeling very nervous, and I see to try and see if it works, but I can't because I just run horrifically wide, and I realise, oh, I've made the worst strategy decision in ages, just ever. Like, I thought Ferrari made bad strategy decisions, but oh no, apparently I am just stupid. And so I'm very, very slow at the minute. Narain Kane in the HRT, who hasn't overtaken me or been a match to me all season, he manages to overtake me. And as you can see, I am now slipping and sliding through the Schumacher S. This is just catastrophically bad. I'm now into last position as Vitaly Petrov overtakes me. This is just catastrophic. I've made a totally wrong decision. And now you can see the clouds are starting to lift a bit, and we're gaining some positions from people in the pits. 19th place. I thought that was pretty good, you know. I started to gain a bit more confidence, you know, in my strategy call. I didn't think it was over yet. I was going to keep fighting, at least until this point where I decide to stop fighting because I spin it and then hit the barrier. I was very surprised I didn't lose any of my front wing. That could have been a very, very bad incident, but I managed to make it not a bad incident. And so we go for a full spin there, and we actually almost half spin it again. And so you can just see how slippery the track is at the minute, even though I was on the grass. But yeah, luckily the track did dry out, but I was just way too far behind to do anything about it. I was 10 seconds behind the next car, Jerome D'Ambrosio of the Marussia. So that's the last place finish for my car. I have no words really. It's just an appalling performance, just totally wrong strategy call. And that's all my fault really. It's not anyone else's fault, it's not the AI, not the game, it's just completely my strategy decision. And that's the first last place finish of a career mode, but it is in the Lotus car, so it's kind of okay, but not really. Come on, I've been finishing like mid-tens, you know. I should be finishing way up there, but that's just a really bad performance. We finished 24th, and at this minute I'm just feeling fed up of playing this game. Jason Button from pole position, he did manage to finish the race. Felipe Massa and Sebastian Vettel are also going to be on the podium with him. But Mark Webber, championship leader, is nowhere to be seen really. He's finished 13th place. That's no point, and that won't do his championship any good. As you can remember, the McLarens are trying to catch them down. And so really, that was a very bad race for the Red Bull team as a whole. Of course, Sebastian Vettel did get a podium. However, Mark Webber does still lead the Drivers' Championship with 153 points. His teammate Sebastian Vettel closes that gap, maybe trying to get the championship himself, 141. Both British McLaren drivers follow the two Red Bull drivers. We're still 19th place. Just please help. At least we're doing better than our teammate in 23rd position, Whoopee. And quite obviously, Red Bull will be leading the championship. Not too far behind our McLaren, though. They could easily finish in first if they really tried to push with R&D upgrades for the rest of the season. The Ferrari are next. And our team is best of the rest, in 10th place. Best of the rest being okay, I guess.
Are you happy with the performance of yourself and the team over this weekend? Now, you're well known for being a real racer, always happy to go wheel to wheel no matter who they are or what they're driving. And you've shown that again this season. But are you happy with how it's been going so far? Are you satisfied that you've been able to maximise your race chances with your qualifying performance?
So that's it for this episode today, guys. Unfortunately, we need to make a stop for a bit, so this audio may be a bit weird, but I'm not sure. There's a new renewed contract from Tony Fernandez, but I don't want to do that yet because I want to keep my contract open for new teams, and hopefully I can actually score some points, because really that's my main goal at the minute, to score one singular point. That would be good enough, really. So no, I'm not going to accept that contract yet. The next race, which is coming out next week, actually, no it won't, because that's Christmas, hell yes. So it won't be coming out next week, but it is Hungary. So it'll come out sometime soon, maybe. So yeah, the next race is Hungary. It's really not the best track of mine. I don't like Hungary. Please help. But yeah, Hungary's next, and hopefully it won't be bad like this race and every other race in this career mode.